Hi everyone, hope you are enjoying. Welcome with new video of Elevate Mindset on Motivation. Subscribe and like for more video. Every person alive has heard it, the voice of doubt. Sometimes it comes from others, the people who don't believe in you, who quietly or loudly whisper that you're not capable, not worthy, not enough. And sometimes it comes from inside your own head, telling you that maybe they're right, maybe you're not cut out for more. That weight is heavy, almost unbearable at times. It presses on your chest like a stone, making every dream feel distant, almost impossible. But here's the truth. Doubt is not a dead end. It's fuel. It's a fire that waits to be lit. Every time someone underestimates you, every time they roll their eyes, every time they dismiss your ideas, it's a spark. And you get to choose what to do with it. You can let it smother you, or you can use it to ignite a blaze so bright it blinds everyone who ever said you couldn't. Prove them wrong is not about revenge. It's about transformation. It's about taking the raw, painful energy of rejection and flipping it into a power source that propels you forward. When life hands you criticism, doubt, or even ridicule, don't crumble. Stand taller. Look at that voice, whether it's theirs or your own, and quietly, firmly say, "Watch me." Before you prove anyone wrong, you must first prove yourself right. That starts with belief, the quiet, unshakable conviction that you can, and you will rise above the doubts. Belief doesn't appear overnight. It's built, like muscle, through repetition, discipline, and refusing to quit. Each time you push past resistance, each time you silence that inner critic, belief grows stronger. It becomes the invisible armor you carry into every challenge. People may laugh at your goals. They may call them unrealistic, too big, or out of reach. But belief is not measured by their understanding. It's measured by your commitment. The world doesn't need another person who plays small to fit in. It needs someone bold enough to dream and stubborn enough to fight for it. And when you believe deeply enough, their laughter becomes background noise. Their doubt becomes irrelevant. Think of every great achiever, athletes, inventors, leaders, artists. They all had moments when no one believed in them. Yet what set them apart wasn't just talent. It was belief. That inner voice that said, "Keep going." If you want to prove them wrong, you don't need to convince them first. Convince yourself. Stand in front of the mirror, look into your own eyes, and declare, "I am capable. I am ready. I will not quit." Pain is the price you pay for growth. Every rejection, every failure, every door slammed in your face, it all hurts, but that pain carries a hidden gift. It teaches you where your weaknesses lie and forces you to grow stronger. Without pain, comfort would keep you soft. Think about it. When you're at rock bottom, when everything feels like it's falling apart, that's when your real strength shows up. That's when you dig deeper than you ever thought possible. Pain introduces you to the version of yourself you didn't know existed. So don't run from pain. Embrace it. Use it as fuel. Let every tear, every scar, every heartbreak remind you, this is not the end. This is a beginning. The greater the pain, the greater the purpose. Discipline is a bridge between dreams and results. It's not glamorous. It's not the highlight reel people see online. Discipline is the early mornings, the late nights, the quiet grind when no one is clapping. It's showing up even when you don't feel like it. Most people quit because they rely on motivation alone. But motivation fades. Discipline doesn't care if you're tired, bored, or uninspired. It demands action. Every single day, you cast votes for the person you're becoming, and discipline makes sure those votes count. When you practice discipline, your future is no longer left to chance. It becomes inevitable. Results start stacking, progress compounds, and one day people call you lucky. But luck is just discipline disguised as success. You cannot climb the mountain while carrying everything. Success demands you let go of distractions, comforts, and sometimes even people who hold you back. Sacrifice is the price of the top. It's lonely when you're the only one grinding while everyone else is relaxing. It's painful to say no to instant pleasures in exchange for long-term gains. But every sacrifice you make today is an investment in the life you promise yourself. Sacrifice doesn't take from you. It builds you. It strips away what doesn't serve your vision and sharpens your focus. When you finally arrive at your victory, you'll realize you didn't lose anything. You gained everything. Resilience is your ability to keep going when the world tells you to stop. It's not about never falling. It's about rising every single time you do. Resilience is a quiet strength that whispers, "Not yet, I'm not done." Every failure you face is training. Every setback is preparing you for a comeback. Resilience takes your wounds and turns them into armor. The more life tries to break you, the tougher you become. When you master resilience, you no longer fear failure. You understand it's part of the process. You don't just survive the storm. You learn how to dance in the rain. The hardest battle you'll ever fight is against yourself. Not against doubters, not against critics, but against your own fears, laziness, and doubts. Your mind will try to convince you to quit long before the world ever does. You will hear that inner voice. You're not good enough. It's too late. Why even try? But here's the truth. That voice is lying to you. It's fear disguised as logic. It wants you to stay safe, small, and average. Winning the battle within means rewriting that voice. Replacing "I can't" with "I must." Replacing "it's impossible" with "I'll find a way." Once you conquer yourself, the outside world can no longer stop you. The critics are always loudest at the start. They laugh, they mock, they roll their eyes. But when your results begin to shine, when your success becomes undeniable, their voices fade into silence. The same people who doubted you will start to admire you. Some will even ask for your help. They'll pretend they always believed in you. But you'll know the truth. You proved them wrong by refusing to quit. Remember, revenge is not your goal. Results are. Success is the loudest response. Keep building, keep working, and let your achievements drown out the noise of every critic. The real victory isn't the applause, the money, or the fame. It's the person you become along the way. Stronger, wiser, more disciplined. That transformation is a true reward. When you look back, you'll see the scars, the sleepless nights, the sacrifices, and you'll realize they shaped you into someone unrecognizable, someone unstoppable, someone who no longer needs validation because they built unshakable confidence. Yes, you proved them wrong. But more importantly, you proved yourself right. That's a kind of victory no one can ever take from you. One day, your story will become someone else's reason to keep going. They'll look at you and say, if they could rise from nothing, maybe I can too. That's how legacies are built, not in words, but in action. Your struggles, your resilience, your sacrifices, they don't just belong to you anymore. They become a guide, a torch, a blueprint for others who feel lost. By proving them wrong, you light the way for others to believe in themselves. Legacy is not about being remembered for what you had. It's about being remembered for who you became, and for inspiring others to never give up. That is how you truly prove them wrong.